So today I'm going to show you how I made my orange concealers, and I'll show you the one that I have here for lighter skin tones, and it just looks like this, and I'll swatch it for you. And if you guys have watched any of my full face tutorials when I used an orange concealer, this is what I used to color correct, and that's what it looks like if you could see it on my hand. Let me make a bigger swatch. Okay, so that's the color that I use, and I also have one for darker skin tones, and it just looks like this. Then I'll swatch this one as well, right up under it, and as you can see, this is more orange, and it looks like that. Okay, so the things that you would need would be any kind of thick, kind of creamy concealers, and this one here is just the Ruby Kisses 3D Face Creator. I bought this based off the YouTube hype, and I haven't really used it, as you can see. And then here I just have the CoverGirl concealer that comes in like a lipstick tube, and this is, I think, medium. And this is what I use to make my concealers, if you can see the big chunk that's missing. And you're going to need an orange pigment or orange eyeshadow, or either an orangey blush. And this is the blush that I usually use if I use the blush, and this is from Shop Miss A. I can't remember what color it is, but it's the orangey coral one. And you're going to need something to put it in. I just have these two little jars here. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm just going to scoop out some concealer, and I'm just using a clean cuticle pusher. And you can use whatever amount that you think you're going to need, but just for the purpose of this video, I don't need too much because I already have some. So I'm just going to scrape out a little in each jar. Okay, so that's what that looks like. If you have a yellow undertone, then I suggest that you mix a yellow concealer with yours. And I'm just going to add just a little bit into the one I'm going to use for the lighter complexion. Now just add just a little bit more concealer to it. Currently, this is what I have. And now you're going to add your pigment. You do not need a lot. This is pure orange from Matisse Elite. And I'll just swatch the pigment by itself. But I just picked something that was like orange, like really orange, like a true orange color. So that's that. And you only need a little bit, trust me. You only need a little bit. So I'll just dump off a little. And it's easier to start with mixing just a little, just in case you don't add enough. You could go back and add some more, because you can't take it away once it gets too orange. You just have to add more concealer, and then you'll have a lot of concealer that you may have not necessarily needed. And for the lighter complexion, I'm not even going to add that much as I did to the darker, because for the darker color you want more orange, and that's about it. So this is what you should have, something like this. And next, all you're going to do is pop these in the microwave for a couple of seconds at a time, and kind of stir it and mix it as you go. And then I'll come back once I do that step. Okay, so here is a swatch of the darker one that I made, and it's not dark enough. And then this one is the one I made with the yellow for the lighter skin tones, and this came out perfect. And I'm going to show you why you need to swatch it before you add more color. Okay, of course I have to add more concealer to the darker one, but I'll swatch it live on camera so you can see. And again, here's the darker one. right here. And you can see the orange in that. But that would be too ashy on darker skin tones. And then now, this is what the lighter one looks like. And as you can see, it doesn't look orange at all. But when you dip into it, and then I'll swatch that right up here. When you dip into it and swatch it, you can see the orange. Now if you want to add more orange to get it closer to what you like, then you can. And then I'll swatch mine beside it, the one that I use, right beside this one. And as you can see, mine is just a tad bit more orange. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and continue to fix up the darker one. And I'm just gonna dip into my Ruby Kisses face creator. And then I'll just clean the darker shade. And then I'll just scoop out a generous amount with this. Just gonna add more orange into this. And you will get something that looks like this. And then back to the microwave, and I'll come back and swatch it. So here's the one for the darker skin tone that I just made, and you can see it still looks like a skin tone color, but when I swatch it, it's orange. See? Now, depending on how dark your skin is, this would be a great color. And it's not showing up as dark as it is. Let me try to move some of my light. Dark, or you just want something that looks really orange, you could just add a lot of orange to it. And then again, I'll show you the difference between both. So this is the really dark orange one that I have. And I'll just swatch that right beside it. And you can see the difference in them. Okay, this is more the true color. I prefer this color, but this was my first time making them and I used way too much, so this was kind of trial and error. But as you can see, this is a nice orange. And I'll compare it to the orangey color in my NYX palette, which is here. And let me just find a clean finger. And this is more like a white base orange, and I'll just swatch that one down here. So you could definitely see the difference between all three orange concealers. So you could customize your concealer to look any way that you want by adding more pigment or less pigment, and you could get it to the shade that you really want for your skin tone. I think this is kind of better than actually buying an orange concealer, because like I said, you could make it your own and you could get the exact color that you would like. So thanks for watching, you guys, and I will catch you in the next video.